Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to light adjust it as I start this introduction because I forgot to do that, so if you can hear me prattling around, that's what I'm doing. So I'm reading for Cancerian energy for Thursday. You may be Cancerian sun, you may have Cancer in your chart, you may be cross-watching for a Cancer. It may resonate, it may not. It's not a personal reading. Well, it's not intended as a personal reading. I don't know what messages are going to come through, basically. All I know is I'm reading for Cancerian energy. So we'll see what we get. I'm getting House of Horrors for you. I don't know how this reading is going to go. It feels tongue-in-cheek. Or I was thinking that it was tongue-in-cheek, House of Horrors, but then I heard it's not even funny anymore. So I don't know if it's like a joke that gets out of hand or something that happens like behind closed doors, or I don't know. You are an energy. Cancer is an energy of like house and home. So we'll see what we get. I've got the Haunted House Tarot for you. Maybe some of you are just going to a haunted house and like, you know, it gets a bit too scary. I don't know how it's going to come through for you. Let's get you some letters. So I'm going to put you some Scrabble letters. I don't know what we're going to get. It could be your initials. It could be the initials of your person. I don't know. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It may kind of spell out a certain word. Just kind of go with whatever pops into your head. If you like the reading, please leave me a like. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. It's absolutely free to do. You only need to hit the button once and you're subscribed, and it helps out the channel a lot. So thank you to everybody who supports the channel already. I appreciate your faces. So let's go. What do we have? What do we have? Cancerian energy for Thursday. You feel playful. This is the thing. The energy feels quite playful, but there's an edge to it. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this is going to go. It could be that thing about, you know, and I don't know if maybe it's your kids as well. My kids are downstairs playing computer games and the VR and stuff, and I'm just listening out because I'm thinking I hope they don't start arguing over it. So it's like, you know, when playtime gets out of hand and like, you know, one person takes it too far. It could be like your social group, something like that. I don't know. I'm getting it's funny you're getting these old songs, because your song actually that played for the reading was the Partridge Family. I Think I Love You. I think I love you. Isn't that what I'm afraid of? This thing about fear as well, like the fear. I don't know, why would you be afraid of love? But they were giving me Michelle, ma belle, dans bleu, bleu. I can't speak French. I think it's French. I don't know actually. Michelle, ma belle. You're getting these old songs. M&Ms. Maybe you're eating M&Ms. Kind of came through like it could have been a W, but I don't know. MM. Maybe somebody has the initials. MM. Marshmallows. S. MMS. Maybe somebody... MMS, that's like a text messaging service, right? Maybe you used to talk to somebody over MMS. Do people still use MMS anymore? Isn't that like the old Microsoft thing? I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't know, whatever you get from that. Monsieur. I don't know. Do you get something from that? Do you not get something from that? Take it or leave it. Okay. So, Cancer, what are we going to get for you? I really don't know how this reading is going to go. Cancer for Thursday, please. Cancer for Thursday. Just hearing it's not even funny anymore, so I don't know what that's about. It feels like you're fed up with something. It's not funny anymore. Like, it was funny the first time you did it, but I'm sick of you doing it now. I'm going to get really annoyed with you in a second. You've made a decision. You're waiting for something. Expecting somebody to arrive, perhaps. Expecting somebody to arrive at your house. It's kind of waiting for your ships to come in, so waiting for a return on your investment. Made a decision, waiting. Waiting possibly for an opportunity to put a plan into action. Now, this is your energy, but flip it and reverse it if needs be. So the Knight of Pentacles, you may have Virgo in your chart. It's a Virgo energy for me as a reader, not for everybody. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles, they might be bringing a gift. They might be giving somebody some money. They might be taking some practical steps in terms of putting a plan into action. They take slow, steady steps forward. They take the movement forward. In this particular image, he's kind of like giving this owl a pentacle to deliver to somebody else. So you could be sending some sort of gift, like sending something through the mail, perhaps. What else, please, for Cancer? It's slow and steady. Making a decision, slow and steady wins the race. A bit secretive about... Now, is this the world or the Wheel of Fortune? I feel like it's the Wheel of Fortune. Feel like it's the Wheel of Fortune. Let me just double check before I say something stupid. It may be a combination of the two. That might be the message that's trying to come through. Like some kind of big change, some kind of cycle change coming through for you. Wheel of Fortune, secret in basement. The wheels of the universe churn deep beneath the house, and the tetramorph who holds the four corners of the earth keep faithful watch. Revolution, winds of fate, change, resolve, flux, cycles, expansion, energy, karma. So karma coming into play. Maybe you have something in your basement, like actually like something of value in your basement. Could be linked to a Taurus. The bull is really standing out there for me. Feels like a change in wealth, a change in circumstances, a change in a situation. The wheels in the upright, so that's good karma coming in for something. I really don't know what to make of your reading. It's a bit sus. Your reading's a bit sus. It's one of those, like, sometimes coming into your readings, Cancer, I'm like, this could be heaven or it could be hell. Like, what kind of mood is Cancer in today? Are Cancer in a good mood? You know, is everybody going to be cheerful? Or is Cancer not happy and it's going to be a difficult reading? Like, I never know what I'm going to get from you. And I feel like that right now. I feel like, and it may not be you, right? It may be you in a situation where maybe it's a family situation, a work situation where you're like, I don't know what I'm going to get when I walk into the house, when I walk into the room. I don't know when I enter that situation. I don't know, is it going to be a good day? Is it going to be a bad day? Like, what am I going to get from that other person? So it could be somebody that you're dealing with, because you're actually showing as really stable. Like the Knight of Pentacles is like really stable, like one foot in front of the other, very practical, very consistent. Again, maybe Taurus energy somebody could have. Like slow, steady, dependable. Like, let's take this one day at a time. Yeah, King of Pentacles. Oh, I forgot to say, I saw the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles as I was putting away the Light Seers deck from Gemini's reading. So I don't know, maybe some of you have the Light Seers deck. If you know the King and Queen of Pentacles from that deck, it could be significant for somebody. But yeah, it could be talking about husband and wife here. You're showing as the husband, but not necessarily. You've got the King of Pentacles here. It does give me like, if you know not Game of Thrones, why am I saying Game of Thrones? Lord of the Rings, and you know, that character of the king who is hoarding all the gold. It does give me a little bit of that. So it could be somebody who's very good with money, a little bit greedy perhaps, a little bit obsessed with collecting things or accumulating wealth, accumulating stuff. Looks a bit fed up. I don't know if it's necessarily making them very happy. And yeah, this definitely gives me they mixed up two quotes there. I heard all is not right in canvas. All is not right in canvas. That's really messed up. So it's a little bit like I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, Toto, which is Wizard of Oz. But it was like blended with another quote, which was something rotten in the state of Denmark by Hamlet. It took me a minute to get that. So they've like, all is not right in Kansas anymore. I don't know why I don't like this. It does talk about like secrets in the basement, the secret society. Like the Four of Wands is meant to be your home, somewhere where you feel safe, right? Somewhere that's can talk about celebrating milestones as well, like a party, an event. But obviously this is like, you know, a very, very dodgy image on this card. So sort of talks to me about Masons and secret societies and BS like that. I think it's just a form of grooming, to be quite frank. I was watching a one of these soft white underbelly videos about this guy who was like this mob boss, and he was talking about when he was a young child and how he got into it. And I thought it just sounds like any other. I mean, not the whole thing, right? Not the whole setup, but that specific bit that he was talking about. It just sounded exactly like any kind of grooming of children to get them into gangs, which I know about because I used to work in schools. You know, it's part of the safeguarding workshops that you would do. You know, understanding how it happens. You know, understanding how that, you know, those situations come about. And I just thought it just sounds like, you know, we'll make a man out of you. You're part of this family now. You know, and all this kind of like promises of like a good life, where actually this mob boss went the way he was talking. He was like, out of 50 of us, I'm the only person who's like 48 of them were killed, and I don't know where one of them is. I'm the only one that's like surviving, right? So it's like, it's not, and he says himself at the end of that video, he's like, it's not a good life. So I don't know, I don't like things like that are or cloak and dagger type stuff. I think it's it's very, it just doesn't seem healthy to me. I mean, I don't know, maybe go and watch that video. Maybe, I don't know, has a bit of that edge to it. Yeah, your reading's a bit strange. I don't really know what to make of it. Ace of Cups, though, that's unconditional love. Let's get some more cards on this. Cancer. Cancer. Don't give me weird readings, Cancer. Get out of these situations. How do you get yourself into these situations? Again, I don't know what it is, you know. 10 cards, celebration, fun and enjoyment. It does have that energy to it, like you know, like the party, like, you know, you could have a get together with family, or you could be at a party, you could have friends over at the house, and like it's all fun and games until someone gets hurt. You know, it's like everybody's having a good time, and then, you know, one person drinks a bit too much, one person gets into an argument, and before you know it, that situation that was meant to be like really nice has turned really sour. Oh, they were showing me as well, like they've given me a few different things for your reading. A minute or two ago, they were showing me as well, like Jack from, what's it called? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Here's Johnny, like that kind of thing. I don't know, it feels like Halloween party. Maybe somebody's doing like a murder mystery. When I get weird stuff like this through, it always turns out to be something really mundane. Like, sometimes I get really worried about people. I'm like, what is happening in this person's reading? And it's like, oh, they're just doing a murder mystery party, or oh, they're just watching like a boxing match on the telly, or they're just watching this movie, you know. And it comes through as like proper creepy, and I get really freaked out, and then it just turns out to be something really normal. But it could be like you're having some kind of like spooky House of Horrors murder mystery thing event at your house, or you're going to like a murder mystery event. Kind of gives me as well, maybe some of you have been watching that Murder on the Nile, or what's it called? It's like an Agatha Christie Orient Express type of thing, but I can't remember what it's called, but it's on this big ship. So maybe some of you have just been watching that, right? It's like everybody has a great time until everything goes a little bit wrong, you know, and then you uncover the mystery, something like that. Waiting for celebration, fun and enjoyment. I can't shake this feeling, and I don't want to bring it into the reading if it's not in the reading, but yeah, they're giving me all is not right in canvas anymore. All is not right in canvas. They're saying canvas and not Kansas. Maybe it's a clue. Maybe that's one of the clues. All is not right in canvas anymore. You have to decode it. Dog close up, pleasure with a close friend. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Celebration, fun, enjoyment, pleasure with a close friend. Mule, someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Definitely a bit of Taurus energy. This is Taurus, by the way. Taurus. That could be Taurus. Very stubborn. So this could be where the argument develops, if somebody's being very, very stubborn, a close friend who's being stubborn. I think Aries had that mule card as well. mule as well, getting a different connotation from that. Strong emotions, passionate love or hate. Yeah, definitely feels like things might kick off. If you're in a celebration, maybe get out of there, you know, when you feel things are turning, maybe just get out of that situation. Maybe you can dampen the flames. Maybe you can bring love into the situation and calm everybody down. You know, distraction's really good. Sometimes, say for example, you hear about this if you're ever on like public transport and you know, somebody starts like kicking off with somebody, you can actually, you know, especially in situations where like maybe it's a man who's giving a woman like not nice attention or something like that, you can you know, depending on the situation, it's very situational, but one of the things you can do is go over to that person and talk to not the person who's getting aggressive, but the person who's like kind of the victim in the circumstance, and be like, oh hey, pretend you know them, for example. Oh hey, how's your mum? You know, oh hi, I didn't expect to see you here. You know, it might freak them out, it may not work. Or you could just go over and say, hey, are you okay? You know, and just completely ignore the aggressor. Like, do not respond to the aggressor. Only talk to the person. Try and move them away if you can. I don't know if that'll work or not. It's a de-escalation technique. It may work, it may not. It's something to consider. It's something to look into. Lobster, financial pinch. Yeah, it could be something to do with your home, your money, your job. Overspending, something to do with somebody being greedy. It's showing as your energy, but again, flip and reverse it if needs be. Nest, an emotionally loving and secure family is important to you. I mean, that's what it should be, right? If this was a different deck, let's, for example, I'm just going to pause and get these cards out from a different deck. It may be the deck I'm using. Okay, because I want to give it a chance. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're sticking, because you are Cancer, you know, it can be hard for you to leave a situation that's turned sour. If you've got a family situation and it's not healthy anymore, you know, it's not, you know, things aren't what you expected them to be, because an emotionally secure and loving family is important to you, you will fight tooth and nail to keep that situation, you know, to improve that situation. Cancers are one of the signs that's most likely to stick in a situation that's toxic for a long time, because those claws, it can be hard for them, again, like the claws of the lobster, it can be hard for them to let go of it, to admit defeat, to let something fail. That can be very, very difficult for Cancers with that home, that need for the home. So I mean, if I was using a different deck, if I wasn't picking up on that weird energy, and if we were using this deck, I would say this is really, really good. You know, this represents a home, for example. This could represent you as a husband, you as a father, you as a provider. You can take gender out of it if needs be, you know, but this need for security, dependability, companionship, family, security, nest eggs, feeling like your home is a safe place, you know, is very, very Cancer. And this would be very positive, but I'm really getting this like things turning sour energy for you. Or I mean, your song was the Partridge Family, right? It was, I think I love you, so what am I so afraid of? And I do feel like there's fear here. Do you feel like there's fear here? It's almost like, I don't know if this is, you know, the situation's not great, but you've got rose-tinted glasses, or it's like you're trying to make this situation into this situation, or this situation reveals itself to be this situation, or it is this situation, but you've got some fear that's making you see it. There's something to do with like perception, or it could be like some of you have this, but some of you have this, right? And maybe be honest with yourself on what situation are you actually in? Is it a good situation? Or is there something not right here that you're ignoring? Because you do have this thing about someone being stubborn and unwilling to change. There's something rotten in the state of Denmark. I'm telling you, something's not right. Something's not right. Because you've got the Wheel of Fortune and financial pinch. And all this money, right? So it's like, I don't know if there's something like, where's all the money gone? Like, why? Like, we've got all this stuff and yet we've got no money. Like, you know, we're living paycheck to paycheck, but you know, you're living like you know, you've got all the money in the world. There's something not right. There's something not right. Could be talking about disposable income and kind of like it could be somebody's like property rich, but they've got no disposable income. Or like somebody's living a lifestyle of luxury when, you know, they're actually in debt. Or like somebody's, it's like something doesn't match up. It's the only way I can say it. It's like I've been saving money. I should have this much in my bank account, but you've got like the new trainers on, but you're telling me I don't have money for this. Like there's something not right. And it could be that thing as well about just with this one, talking about gangs and things. It's you know, your kid coming home and them wearing like brand new trainers and you're like, where did you get the money for those trainers? Oh, my friend gave them to me. Your friend gave you a brand new pair of £200 trainers. Like, there's something not right. There's something that's not adding up. So where is the money coming from? I was watching, again, I keep watching these soft white underbelly things, and there was this guy there, and I'm not going to say the video, but I was like, instantly, this guy is giving me so many red flags. He's so full of BS. Like, I could smell it a mile off. And I was watching the video with somebody else, and I was like, I said there, and I paused the video, I was like, he just dodged that question. He dodged that question. He didn't answer the question properly. He's hiding something 100%. And then a little bit later, he kind of admitted what he was hiding, and, you know, he kind of got caught out. It's like you can smell it. You can smell a bit like something's not right. And I feel like it's money. It's like someone's being shifty with money. Like something doesn't add up, right? The card just fell on the floor, but it's 6 points. I've got this feeling, Gemini had this a little bit as well, of like, it's like somebody asking for handouts, somebody wanting, you know, asking for a loan, asking for a favour. Can you lend me this money? Can you lend me this money? Now I'll pay you back. I'll pay you back. But then they like breadcrumb you, like they don't actually pay you back the full amount. You know, they borrow £600, but they pay you back £200, and then they borrow another £600 and pay you back £200. It's like, yeah, they're paying me back, but they're taking, I don't know, it's kind of giving me, again, like if you watch these kind of like videos about scammers on Netflix, like Bad Vegan, and what's the other thing as well? There's Bad Vegan and the Tinder Swindler. And I watched this other one as well about like bad tenants or something, like Roommate from Hell or something like that. It's like, you know, scammers, like if you watch the way they operate, it's the same like modus operandi. Maybe that's MO, right, from over here. It's the same mode of operation. These people who are gaslighting, like scammers, like you know, they often come through as being very, very charming. They often come through as like presented as quite rich. You know, they take you out, they wine you, they dine you, they act like they've got loads of money, they take you on the private jet. You're like, hey, this person's got a load of money. And then it's like, oh wait, hang on, like there's something wrong with their bank account, so they're asking me for money, but they'll pay me back. Or even like, what's her name? The girl as well. Oh, what's her name? Like the Russian girl, Anna, Inventing Anna. Feels like that, you know, like robbing Peter to pay Paul. Okay, I've got to pay this person back, but I'm going to get money off this person. You know, I'm going to use the money that this person's given me to make it look like I've got this like luxury lifestyle, but actually, you know, so I can get money off that person and then I can pay back that person. It feels like, it just feels really like breadcrumbing, like some kind of like swindle. It's like waiting for the person to come and pay you back, right? This is the Hangman card, like seeing something from a different perspective, seeing something from someone else's perspective. So I feel like you're trying to get someone to see something from your perspective, or you're trying to see something from their perspective. They are a close friend, right? But I've got this thing about like somebody being kept waiting, like somebody always It's always like tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. And it's like this person's cupboard's bare because it's like this person's cupboard's bare. It's like they're eating like broth, you know, like soup made out of bones, and this person's over here with all this money. It's something not right. What's the Wheel of Fortune and Mule? It's funny, this theme about lending money that came through. It's like in Gemini's reading, they were lending money. Or, I don't know, like, got a few different cards there. I'm not going to take all these because it's a bit too much, but Five of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Sun card, and Queen of Swords, all being quite hidden. This person could be having some fear or some nightmares. Monsters under the bed coming to get them. I don't know if somebody's going through some mental health issues, some, you know, slight paranoia. Could definitely be something about abusing substances that's causing a little bit of paranoia, or a little bit of it's not terrible mental health. The Four of Swords, it's the Nine of Swords would tell me really bad mental health issues, but this is like just a little bit of paranoia, a little bit of needing to get more sleep. They're not thinking clearly. There's something really iffy about your reading, really iffy. So if something doesn't feel right, I think trust your instincts on that. If someone's asking you for money, especially if they're gaslighting you, especially if they're making you feel like, you know, especially if they're like, I did pay you back, and you're like, but you didn't know, or I didn't take your money, and but you're like, well, that money's gone. If there's something that seems really off about money, like, I want to say really tighten your finances here, like get control of your own money. Don't trust this person with your money. Don't lend them money. I have a sneaking suspicion that whoever this person is, they might act like they're your best friend in the world, but if you cut off the money, they will throw a hissy fit, make you feel like you're a terrible person, and then they will have nothing to do with you because they want the money. They want the money. That's what they're there for, I think. So it's a good test to be like, especially go and watch those the Netflix documentaries that I just mentioned. Go and watch them, because I think if you are in that situation, seeing somebody else in that same situation could actually clarify that for you. There's that unconditional love. Unconditional love. Is it real though? It looks like it's slipping through her fingers. It doesn't look like it's... I mean, maybe. High Priestess, trust your intuition. Trust, there it is, there's the Nine of Swords. Yeah, somebody could have really bad mental health issues. They may not be aware of their own behaviour. They may not know where the money went, right? Yeah, trust your intuition. Or somebody around you is trusting their intuition. Somebody sees, this is really emotionally intuitive, whoever this is. Okay. Odd reading. What am I getting for advice for Cancer, please? Please guide me to the advice for Cancer. Feeling the Moonology deck again. I used this all last week. It's quite an intuitive deck. It's kind of this energy, this watery energy that you are very good at, you know. Understanding emotions. And that also, on the flip side, if someone's cross-watching for a Cancer, the water signs understand how people work on an emotional level. You know, they understand how to manipulate emotions in the negative, right? I'm not calling out all Cancers. You know, we've had a tricky relationship, but I definitely see the worth of that kind of like Queen of Cups energy. everybody has everything has light and dark energy, and this feels like somebody could be dealing with I don't know, I'm not going to pin a sign to it, but somebody could definitely seems to be very, they know how to work people emotionally. You know, it feels like gaslighting. You know, emotional manipulation of people. Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. If you want affirmation that you can achieve your dreams and get the desired outcome in the situation you're asking about, then this is it. This is a card of beginnings, and there are powerful energies at work, but be prepared, it could be quite a ride, and events now could be jarring and even uncomfortable. However, any new directions you take will almost lead somewhere better than where you are at the moment. Yeah, there's something not right with where you are. It's not going to be for everybody. It's not everybody's reading, okay? If some of you are like, wait, hang on, I've got this, like, I actually do have this, I'm perfectly fine, like, what are you talking about, what's wrong? Like, it's not your reading. If this is your reading, there's something, like, if you're really honest with yourself, you know something's wrong. Probably definitely something to do with money. You're probably quite confused. I think this person makes you feel like it's your fault. You know, if you question it, they'll probably make you feel like it's your fault, but your intuition, your intuition is screaming at you that something's not right, if this is your reading. It's just that there's this real feeling of something being off. It's like it looks like it should be good, but it looks like it should be good, but it's like scratch under the surface, and it's like the gold's fake, you know? Something really weird. Okay. However, any new directions you take will almost lead you somewhere better than where you are at this moment. Whatever is happening now is happening for a reason you'll appreciate later on. A new portal is opening up, and all you have to do is have the courage, which is here. I'm seeing the strength card, the courage card there. The courage to forget about the past and move through it. Forget about the past. Come on, Cancers. Learn the lessons, move through it. You're being put back on the right path, and there is nothing to fear. There you go. So those of you who needed to hear that, there's nothing to fear. Never mind the past. Life evolves every single day. Some of you, it could be a case of you are in a good situation, but perhaps you came from a bad background. You know, you've had bad relationships in the past. You've had a toxic family life. So it can be very, very hard to trust when you've been in situations where you've been manipulated. You know, when you had a lot of love and that was taken advantage of. When you find it again, there can be fear. There can be fear of, is this real? Is this too good to be true? What could go wrong? You know, am I being played? That's just something to bear in mind. But again, like, I'm getting that kind of, again, if you don't know what gaslighting is, go and look up some YouTube videos on it, because it feels like that situation where somebody's messed with your mind so much that you can't even trust yourself. You can't even trust your own sense of judgment, like your own memories of the past. But again, that feeling can happen if you have some mental health issues that need to be addressed, but it can cause that kind of paranoia, even if there's nothing wrong. Somebody's dealing with something, somebody's not thinking clearly. There's something going on with somebody's understanding of a situation where either somebody has messed with their head or they're paranoid about it. I'm really feeling it. It feels like paranoia. Never mind the past. Life evolves every single day. Yes, 1,000 times yes. You're being shunted towards your life purpose. Whatever is happening now is happening for your highest good. That's not always the case. There may be lessons to learn from it. Don't stay in situations that are not good for you. This is an important turning point in your life. If you're in a situation as well where, especially if you're in a relationship where you have a lot of trust in that person, you rely on that person, you know, perhaps that person provides money for you, You know, perhaps that person, you're dependent on that person for some reason. And if you feel like, if you look at it, and has that person isolated you from your friends or your family? Do they control who you can go out with? Do they control when you can talk to people? Do they, you know, do they call your friends, your family names? Do they make you question your relationship with friends and family? If that is the case, I really would strongly encourage you to speak to friends and family, right? Tell people what's going on. Because if it's just you and that person, doesn't feel right. All right. I hope this is, I'm worried about you all. I don't think it's everybody's reading. I think it maybe just be one or two of you that have, there's something off in this energy today, really off. So please, you know, even if you want to, like in the UK, we have things like Women's Aid. You can just give them a call and talk to them, and they can just listen or give you advice. You know, they don't have to do anything if you don't want them to. It's just a support line. You know, get hold of Women's Aid, or it's Women's Aid, but I think you know, I think they will support anyone who rings up. Samaritan Shelter, all these kind of charities and advice networks. What else as well? Citizens Advice is another good one. Or just Google support services in your area. Yeah, it's like I've got this real feeling of like, it's like it should be good, but there's something not right. It looks good on the surface, but there's something not right. And again, I can't quite tell if it's because this person has some kind of mental health issue that's making them paranoid, making them have unnecessary fears, or if it's because their intuition's right and there is genuinely something not right about this situation. I can't tell, which I think might be actually part of the problem. Please take care of yourselves. Please speak to friends and family and friends and be honest with them about what you're going through. I think there is help available no matter what this situation is. You may need other perspectives. Right, take care of yourselves. I'll see you again soon. Bye, friends.